Hello and welcome to the Dominion Daily for January 30th, 2026. We've got Adventures and Prosperity and Dark Ages today. And so for trashing, we've got Ratcatcher, Expand, and Forge. And Crystal Ball, I suppose. There's also Inheritance, which isn't exactly trashing, but turning your estates into a card that isn't estate is a lot like a big trash, except better usually. Certainly here, I think that will be the case. For draw, mostly Haunted Woods. Ironmonger can draw, and while most of the time, when you talk about Ironmonger drawing, then you add the caveat, but it's not very, it doesn't come up very much, it's not very reliable, blah, 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 blah. But here, if you inherit Ironmonger and stuff a bunch more estates into your deck, while it's still not going to be reliable, it will happen somewhat, right? You will actually get to increase hand size with that. So that is actually relevant, but still Haunted Woods I would say is the primary draw. Plus actions, Ironmonger and Port, and gains, so Tiara and Storeroom have plus buy. Expand and Forge are not net gaining you things, but could be turning not useful things into useful things. Okay, so I definitely think the number one priority here is to inherit Ironmonger. And so the question is, how do we go about that? Ratcatcher to trash does not look nearly as good early if we're not until we get the inheritance. Once we have that, we would maybe rather be just expanding coppers into estates anyway if we can. Well, I mean, we definitely would rather do that, but so it could just be double silver. It could also be silver Tiara. I think I like silver Tiara. Well, it could also be silver Ironmonger. Maybe that makes more sense. Yeah, I think silver Ironmonger, actually. Bot does go for Ratcatcher. 5. Okay. So Haunted Woods could be a good card to set up for inheritance. Relic could also be good. We're definitely going to want to play with both of them. A Haunted Woods attack, once you have inheritance, isn't really going to be much of a problem until you're greening on provinces or something, but I think I'm going to take a Haunted Woods to start with here. Probably another Ironmonger. It could be Tiara. But I think Ironmonger. We're definitely going to want to play with Tiara. Okay, we might as well take a Ratcatcher here. But we should be hitting inheritance now. Would have actually not minded keeping this to top deck it, but I just really want to make sure that I hit, which, I mean, now we have hit enough. Or actually, I guess we had already done it. Yeah, maybe I should have left that. Yeah, here I will decline to discard. And get that inheritance. Yeah, I would not mind getting expand now myself. Do we trash a copper here? I think we do. It, like... Yeah, I think I will. So that's another copper. So I think we leave that now on top. Oh, it's a silver. Well, whatever. Right, so yeah, we could take an expand. I mean, I would like to get another Haunted Woods, but I think the additional gains from the expand look better, and potentially we can expand the silver into Haunted Woods this coming turn anyway. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that, I think. We're gonna have plenty of money. So I guess the question is that the most... Like, the other thing we could do is take, like, a tiara to get plus buy. I think just getting the Haunted Woods is better, though. Probably. Probably. We could take another expand, too. With our buy, I mean. I think that looks good. It's not entirely clear that it's even worth it trashing copper at this point. Hmm. We have 6 coppers in the deck. We could, like, expand into storeroom for some plus buy. We could also just do copper to estate. I don't think I'm gonna bother. Okay. Hmm. The other thing we could do is, like, we can't do it within this turn, probably. Because we didn't reveal any estates with Ironmonger, or with estate Ironmonger. But we could just do expand into a 3 and then draw the 3 and then into another card. I think... So if we were to just do 2 coppers into estates right now, I think we would... Like, we'd be guaranteed to still hit 5. We want to do that and pick up, like, a relic. So that's an option. We'd also do, like, copper to estate, copper to silver, and then next turn, I guess... Or maybe, yeah, maybe we do take the storeroom. Yeah, I think so, but I don't want a top deck storeroom. And I don't really have any, there's not really much value in seeing it this turn, I don't think. We're trashing 2 coppers. Like, yeah, we're not going to have, so I think just play this. Take a storeroom, and maybe we'll just trash the storeroom, I don't know, but it gives us the option to take it for plus buy if we want it. Take another estate. And I think a relic. We could go for Tiara as well. Start with the relic. So we did last turn end up having like 1 more copper than we needed, and it would have been useful to have not had that. So that would be the argument for trash with the rat catcher here. On the other hand, we did just trash a couple of coppers last turn. Yeah, I think I'm not going to again. I don't know. It could be incorrect for sure. Oh. Low. There we go. Okay. So, like, we could turn the storeroom into a Tiara, and then Tiara the relic. That looks reasonable. 7. Yeah, I think... And then I think just a copper into an estate again. Do we need that copper? Because if not, we could... Oh, we're not even under Haunted Woods attack. Okay. How big do we want to try to build here? Also, what turn is it? 10. Okay, so this isn't going like super fast. We could go ahead and start greening, and we could plan to like start milling provinces with expand. So we could go like estate province, top deck the estate, that sort of thing. Also expand into province is a thing. Expanding relic and haunted woods into province. So if we lower provinces by 1, and then we have the 2 expands, we're threatening to lower provinces by at least 3 the next turn. I don't think there's any way we'd be like setting ourselves up for a win. The other thing we could do is just take 1 more expand instead of taking a province. It'd really be nice if there was like a payload gainer here. That's like the big limitation. Uh, there isn't. So I think I'm just going to go with state province. Once again, I'm not really feeling the need to do that. Okay. That's an ironmonger, so we can do this. I would like to see the tiara. What are we going to expand into? Hmm. Da, 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 da. The nice thing about expanding province to province is that we don't have to top deck it. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 coins. Yeah, I mean, I kind of think we just keep it simple here and do province to province, copper to estate, and by province estate. We did get like a good amount of money from revealing treasures, and admittedly, like as we do this, we're like gonna get less money from that. But so like we could, we could instead buy like a silver or something if we're worried about our ability to hit province with our buy. We don't have like a way to get the stuff out of our hand once we have it, and this is only 4 coins by itself. And then we have the 2 other coppers, so we have like 6. We have 6 coins in our deck, not counting any ironmonger hits. If we add a silver, that's 8 coins, so maybe that makes more sense anyway. I don't really know what the bot has been doing over there, but not a whole lot. Well, we sure are hitting them now, despite not having that many. Okay. Do we want to just mill 2 provinces? Mill 2 provinces, we buy another province. There's 2 provinces left, and we're up by a little bit more than 4 provinces. That seems like a pretty good spot to be in, I will say. Um, And I suppose we just take another estate. I don't have the bias to take advantage of our 4 coins to get 2 estates, but that's okay. Man, looking at this hand, well, when it doesn't have the overlay for the inheritance, it's like, oh wow, that's a really bad hand. Oh, never mind. I suppose I'll keep that, considering that that is the win in hand right now. This, on the other hand, we don't really need. Discard it. Draw it anyway. Okay. Haunted Woods into Province is obvious. And then we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 coins, which is enough for Province State. If we trash 1 coin, we get an estate. If we instead trash... Well, if we trash a province, we get double duchy. That's not better. We trash like silver to duchy. We trash relic to province. We tear out the silver. We have 9 coins. We can get duchy estate. I think that's the best we can do. It's like make the expand worth 6 coins. Yeah. Or relic. Yeah, the bot really just didn't do anything here, and I don't really know why. I mean, not getting inheritance, like, obviously is worse, but that didn't really feel like it was the issue. I guess, like, the bot had 2 rat catchers, and it spent time using those to trash estates, so it might have actually been slower to get control of its coppers in effect, because it didn't have the like Ironmonger estates to sift through the coppers, and it was using Ratcatcher to trash estates early rather than coppers, and it just didn't have as much sifting and draw and jack, and then that in the deck in general. So it might just be all down to the inheritance, but it feels like the bot like got thin enough and had expands enough that I would have expected it to be doing something with that. It just really just wasn't at all. So I'm not really sure what the issue was. The bot definitely didn't like prioritize getting to inheritance. There are times when I think it's correct, like even with inheritance on the board, it's correct to trash estates early because it's just too hard to, like, it's too hard and too slow to get an inheritance. Like, and if you trash estates, you're gonna just be doing more stuff. But here, I don't think that's the case at all. I think it's just like very straightforwardly, like, yes, go for inheritance. So, opening Ratcatcher obviously is not promoting that. It did manage to get Haunted Woods turn 3, which is definitely less likely when you open Ratcatcher, but it did nonetheless. I think it's another Ratcatcher on 3. So, like, I wouldn't be surprised if even after it played Haunted Woods, it didn't hit 7. It's another Ironmonger. You know, actually it did hit 7 and it got the expand, but it had already trashed at least 2 estates. Yeah, it had trashed all 3 of the estates, so buying inheritance wouldn't have really done anything. Huh. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of funny, actually. Like, that you know, the it could have been. I mean, I don't really agree with the rat catcher open, but since the bot hit 5 for Haunted Woods anyway, and then hit 7, like if the bot had just not trashed estates here, it could have bought inheritance here and like that, okay, it would have been down like 1 estate, but like whatever, Um, not that I mean, I think expand is a relevant card here. It's not like I think you don't want expand, but yeah, I think, at this point, like, so I had just bought inheritance and I hadn't trashed anything. Was about to trash a copper the next turn with Ratcatcher, but I hadn't trashed anything, but I just bought inheritance, so effectively I was thinner than the bot by this point, despite the bot having, opened Ratcatcher and trashed a card and all that. And then I also effectively had more Ironmongers. So, like, I think if the bot had bought inheritance here, then it would have, like I said, it would have been down in a state, but it would have had more rat catchers to like ding copper if it wanted to than I did. And it would have been in a reasonable spot. But yeah, as it was, its deck just like really didn't do very much. And I'm guessing that's in part because it was like, calling rat catcher to trash copper, but then it just didn't have, its deck didn't just like its deck didn't have much stuff in it. Like I was expanding the coppers, so it's like getting more value out of them. Also ports, like why? Well, I guess you need ports because you don't already have 5 Ironmongers in your deck. Yeah, like I never touched port here. Honestly, though, now that I'm thinking about it, like it wouldn't have been a bad idea to pick up like a port or two just to have more expand fodder. I kind of didn't think about that, but yeah, I was talking about I wish there was like payload gains. Port kind of would have served. The bot trashed many ports. Trashed 3 out of 4 ports. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I should have thought about that. I probably could have done something with that. And maybe that's why the bot got the ports. Sort of like, or for expand targets. Yeah, right there, it already does that. So, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really clear on why the bot was struggling quite so much. Like, what was its draw that it had such a bad turn there? Oh, it didn't have a Haunted Woods already in play. Okay. Why didn't it have a Haunted Woods in play? Because it hadn't gained the second one yet, and it didn't have enough draw to get back around to it. Okay. Yeah, I just wasn't having that issue at all because Ironmonger is draw on this board. Well, inherited Ironmonger is draw. Yeah. Okay, well, anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.